Hello and welcome to our first Dreamweaver website design project. In this series you'll learn how to build a complete website from start to finish using Dreamweaver CS6. You can use your own images and resources for this project, or if you prefer you can download all of the project files shown in these tutorials. You can also get the complete series manual in printed or ebook format along with the high definition video tutorials from wizibooks.com. In our last lesson, we set up the reset for our CSS file, and we also set a global font of Arial by using the body selector. In this lesson, we're going to set up all of our other selectors to match our HTML code. So let's just switch over to the HTML and have a look at our code. And if you remember, we set up an outer div to contain all the elements of our web page. We also set up the wrapper div, the logo div and the top photo div, plus all of the other divs that we set up in our HTML. In our CSS we need to create selectors for each of these divs, and that's quite a simple process. So let's switch back to our style sheet and start to create those divs. I like to keep them in the same order that I've got them in my HTML. So we've already got our body selector in there, and body is a tag, so we simply type the word body. Our divs need to be ID selectors. So our first div was the outer. So I'm going to type in a hash sign followed by the ID of that div, which is outer. Then I'm going to press a tab and open curly brackets. I'll press another tab and close the curly brackets. So this is my outer selector now set up. I need a selector for each of my divs, and the next one we had was wrapper. So I'll type in the hash sign followed by wrapper, press tab, open curly brackets, tab again, and then close curly brackets. A couple of returns, and now I'm just going to go ahead and enter the rest of my selectors. So the next one was logo. Then we had top photo, that was followed by social media, then came the top nav section. And underneath that we had the banner. Next was that content area, so we'll create a selector for that. Then in our content area we had 3 box divs, but I'm not going to put those in just yet. Then finally below the content was the footer. So again we'll set up a selector for that. Now I like to make sure that the code is set up nice and neat so it's easy to read. And we can help do that by inserting comments into our CSS. Right at the very top of the screen you can see the CSS comment. The browser's going to ignore this because this is not code, this is just a comment. And a comment is signified by an opening / followed by an asterisk, and then an asterisk and a closing /. So anytime you want to add a comment to your CSS code, this is the format that you use. And I'm going to come up to the top and just come down a line, and I'm going to type a comment in here to identify where the reset is. So I'll start with a / followed by an asterisk, and when I do that you'll see that I've opened a comment but I haven't actually closed it as yet, and therefore everything has become a comment, and it's displayed in this pale grey text. All the colour will come back to this text in just a moment when I enter the closing comment text just at the top here. And now I'll just type in reset, and then I'll close that comment off with an asterisk and a /. Now you can see all the color is returned, and CSS now recognizes this as actual code. Because I formatted the body text all in Arial, I'm going to leave that in the reset area. So I'll come underneath the body selector there and give myself a little bit more space. And these are our containers. So that's what I'm going to call this section. So again, I'll open with a / and an asterisk. I'll type in containers. And then I'll close that comment with an asterisk and a /. So now all of my containers are listed here. So we've now set up our structure ready to accept all the rules that we're going to be placing in this CSS file. So I'll save my file at this stage, and in the next lessons we'll start to enter the rules. If you found this series of videos helpful and you want to receive updates on video tutorials as they're released, why not subscribe to my channel? And don't forget to like and share it with your friends.